In this video, we will discover the incredible true story of Abraham Lincoln, the man who rose from a dirt-floor log cabin to become the 16th President of the United States. The self-taught lawyer who saved the Union, freed millions of enslaved people, and paid the ultimate price for freedom. This is the full journey of his life, from poverty to the White House and to the final day that changed history forever. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a small log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky. His family lived in extreme poverty, working hard every day on the frontier. On October 5, 1818, when he was only 9 years old, his mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, died of milk sickness. The young boy grew up surrounded by loneliness and hard work in the forests of Indiana. A quiet determination began to grow inside him. By the firelight, he taught himself to read, borrowing every book he could find. He had less than 1 year of formal schooling in his entire life, yet he never stopped learning. On the family farm, he split thousands of rails and worked long days to help his family survive. In 1828 and again in 1831, he worked on flatboats on the Mississippi River, traveling to New Orleans. In 1831, he settled in New Salem, Illinois, worked in a general store, later co-owned a store that failed, and served as postmaster from 1833 to 1836. Entirely on his own, he studied law, was admitted to the bar in 1836, and in 1837 moved to Springfield, Illinois, where he became a respected attorney. Many people doubted that a man of such humble origins could ever succeed. Still, he kept moving forward with quiet resolve and a deep sense of justice. He entered politics because he wanted to serve ordinary people. His clear words and honest character quickly earned the trust of many. Even after losing elections, he continued to study, speak, and prepare for greater service. On November 6, 1860, the American people elected him the 16th President of the United States. He took office on March 4, 1861. Just as the nation stood on the edge of civil war. Almost immediately, the Southern states began leaving the Union to preserve slavery. The heavy responsibility of holding the country together fell on his shoulders. He believed with all his heart that a house divided against itself cannot stand. Words he spoke on June 16, 1858. With steady courage, he worked every single day to preserve the Union and end slavery. On January 1, 1863, he signed the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring freedom for enslaved people in the Confederate States. On November 19, 1863, he delivered the Gettysburg Address, only 272 words that still move hearts today. In just a few minutes, he redefined the meaning of the war and of American democracy. Throughout the 4 long years of Civil War, 1861 to 1865, he carried the pain of the nation in his own heart. He visited hospitals, wrote personal letters to grieving families, and never forgot the human cost. Though the burden became almost unbearable, he stayed calm, thoughtful, and determined. He listened to many advisors, yet always made the final decisions with moral clarity. His leadership helped turn the tide of the war in favor of the Union. Even in the darkest months, he never abandoned the vision of a free and united America. He dreamed of a nation where all people could live with equal dignity and opportunity. His simple honesty and deep compassion earned the trust of soldiers and citizens alike. True strength proved capable of gentleness, and true power proved capable of serving the weak. When victory finally came, in April 1865, he called not for revenge, but for healing and reconciliation. On March 4, 1865, in his second inaugural address, he urged the nation to bind up the nation's wounds with malice toward none and charity for all. On the evening of April 14, 1865, while watching a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., a single bullet struck him, fired by John Wilkes Booth at approximately 10:15 p.m. He was carried across the street to a boarding house where doctors fought all night to save him. The entire nation held its breath. Millions of people, free and formerly enslaved, prayed for their leader. At 7:22 a.m. the next morning, the fight was over. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, the man who saved the Union and freed millions, closed his eyes for the last time. He was only 56 years old. The date was April 15, 1865. The entire country plunged into mourning. Millions felt they had lost a personal friend and protector. From a dirt floor log cabin in 1809 to the White House in 1861, he had risen higher than anyone thought possible. On the morning of April 15, 1865, Abraham Lincoln died. The man who began in a log cabin saved the Union, freed the enslaved, and gave his life so that a free America could live. His life teaches us that no beginning is too humble and no dream is too big when you choose honesty and courage. A belief in a better future is always possible, no matter how hard the present may seem. Quiet courage and steadfast commitment to principle can change history. One person who refuses to give up can help heal an entire nation. His legacy continues to guide all who seek justice without abandoning mercy. Abraham Lincoln remains a timeless example of strength, honesty, and moral vision. This story is one of the most powerful reminders that ordinary beginnings can lead to extraordinary purpose. Let his journey remind you that integrity, perseverance, and compassion are the true foundations of greatness. Carry forward the same quiet determination and heart in your own life. If this story of courage and hope inspired you, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more powerful biographies. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next great life story. Thank you for listening until the end. May the example of Abraham Lincoln inspire you every day to lead with honesty, heart, and unbreakable purpose.